I think the main reason might be that my characters are very real to me, and therefore they're real to my audiences. In one of my books, a story about a lawyer, I let one of the little boy die, and I got hate mail from all over the world, people saying, how could you have let him die? One woman wrote to me and gave me her phone number back east and said, call me, I can't sleep. It got so bad that when I did the movie, I let him live. I mean, people were really unhappy. So my characters are very real. I know I was on a plane with my wife, Alexandra, and she came up to me and said, why are you crying? And I didn't realize I was crying. I was writing a scene where someone was in terrible trouble, and I felt that trouble myself. So because I'm so deeply affected by what happens to my characters, my readers are. And that's why I'm in something like 100 countries and all kinds of languages, some I've never heard of. And people write to me, and these books touch them.
They identify so much with them.
Yes.
Do you base those characters, do you feel, on people that you've met in your own life, or do they?
Only twice. In one book, The Other Side of Midnight, I have a Greek ship owner, one of the richest men in the world, goes with opera singers and so on.
We know who that is.
Of course. And I got a call. I was at Paramount. I was then producing the picture. And I got a call from a member of Onassis' family. He said, I want to talk to you. And he came up to the studio. I said, what's the problem? He said, Mr. Onassis has read your book, and he thinks that character is based on him, and there's some things about him he doesn't like. And I said, based on him? It's a coincidence that he's a Greek ship owner with the richest man in the world, goes with opera singers. Anyway, the other time was a character of a man who grew up in the coal mines, had no background, but had an image of himself. And he went to London and watched how people ate and what their manners were, how they dressed. And that was Cary Grant, who had that kind of, not a coal mining background, but that kind of background. And Cary and I were good friends, and I told him about this, and he was very pleased.
What advice would you give someone starting out as a television writer or producer?
Not to listen to the naysayers, not to be discouraged. If they believe themselves, they should keep doing what they're doing and not stop. And don't let anybody stop. The only one who can stop them is themselves.
So they have to be strong too, especially in today's business world.
It's very difficult. You have to be strong, and you have to believe in yourself and keep at it.
Well, what would you say is the single most important thing in writing a sitcom?
Number one, get a fresh idea that hasn't been done and people it with interesting, realistic characters.